Okay guys, let's go get that cupcake. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kalia and I'm really happy to have you. If you're returning, I'm really glad to have you back. I thought today that we would talk about diabetes. As some of you may know, I'm a type 1 diabetic, and I have been since I was 14 years old. Today is also a day that I have to change my insulin pump. So I use what's called an Omnipod. It's just this little tiny tubeless pump that delivers the insulin through my skin. I like the tubeless model just mostly because I'm a very active person, and so this just tends to fit my lifestyle a little bit better. So while we set this up, I am just going to talk to you guys about what my life is like as a type 1 diabetic and how it really affects me. And so first thing we're going to do is take off my old one. So I've got it sitting right here, and let's see if I can do this without popping off one of my nails. It just isn't. I really like to keep them on here. And sometimes the adhesive sticks really well too. But okay, got that off. So, diabetes since I was 14, I feel like I have really no limitations. When people ask me what diabetics can and can't do, I'm like, well, we can't. The list is pretty limited. I mean, obviously you're going to have some places like the military that's going to tell you that you can't serve or anything like that. But really, I have done all kinds of things with my life. My insulin bottle. Like I have been skydiving, I pole dance, I have gone horseback riding, I do rock climbing, I've also played roller derby, and I work as a nurse. So I scrub in all day long, and I just really feel like I live a pretty normal life. So let's see, we're going to go in and use my phone here to set back up my pod, and it's going to tell me time to fill it up. So I became a diabetic at a young age. Teenager age is probably not the best time to become one, but I wasn't a very rebellious teenager, so I don't know, having a mom for a nurse, maybe that's why it didn't bother me too much, but I never really cared. So yes, I can eat anything that I want. In fact, I'm probably going to go get a cupcake a little bit later. The only extra step is that I just have to take insulin for everything that I do eat. And don't worry, you guys won't be able to see the needle go into my skin. So if anybody is a little about it, it covers everything. So no, I did not get diabetes from eating too much sugar as a kid. It's not how diabetes works. More than likely what happened was that I had a virus and my body's immune system decided to just basically attack everything, even the things that help. So it attacked what's called the beta cells, which are in your pancreas, and that's what makes your insulin and supplies it to your body. And so my body basically attacked and killed them because for whatever reason it saw it as an enemy. So been a type 1 diabetic ever since. I know that you can become a diabetic type 1 at just about any age of your life. Insulin is the only thing that works for me. So, you know, there are some diabetics out there known as type 2 diabetics that can take pills, and sometimes they take insulin. Neither are necessarily caused by an unhealthy lifestyle. Type 2 can be just simply genetics, although sometimes, yes, it can be there from an unhealthy lifestyle. But mine is not curable, at least not right now. I'm hoping maybe in my lifetime it will be, but at the moment it is not. So I just make do with life the best that I can. And so let's see, my little pod is done priming, so it is ready for me to put on. I'm also keeping an eye on my blood sugars because I've been a little bit without insulin because I was trying to set up vlogging and some time got away from me. So one of my favorite things to do is to pick out covers that go over my insulin pump just because I have to wear it, so why not dress it up? And I am doing hot yoga tomorrow, so super helpful and keeps everything to my skin. So next thing we do is just kind of try and find a spot. I do have to rotate spots of where I can stick my pump. So I just look for where the skin's looking good and just kind of go from there. So we're going to pop this little plastic piece off and peel off the parts that cover the sticker. And now I think I'm just going to put it right here. So let me get my leg in view. And we're just going to kind of go right here. It'll be fine for yoga. And so I'm just going to take my phone. It says it's asking me if my pod is ready to go. Yes, it is. And then it's just going to count down. So that little snap was the needle going in, and all that's going to be left there is just like a little catheter, and that's where the insulin gets delivered. So it's just asking me now if everything was properly put in place, so we'll say yes. And I'm also going to correct my blood sugar because I am currently sitting at 158. I don't know if that's going to focus, but we'll see. Yep. So I'm at 158, and I'd like to bring it down a little bit. So we're just going to do a little correction, and it does all the calculations for me. So now we're just giving a little bit of insulin. So now next step is I put on a little bit of skin glue. I don't know why my camera's not focusing very well, probably because it wants to focus on me. But we're going to do a little bit of skin glue because these do stay for 3 days. And so a little bit of skin glue around it. And I go a little far out there just so that all the glue will be under the sticker. And so here kind of comes the hard part, which is trying to get all the pieces of the sticker lined up with the pump. So we're going to do this as best we can. And then that way we'll be all ready for hot yoga tomorrow. Oops. I try not to get any folds in the stickers, but well, life happens. So what really matters is just that the pump's going to stay in place for all 3 days because my insurance really does kind of limit how many pumps I'm allowed to get at a time. And so thankfully the company that I work with, Omnipod, is good about replacing pumps. So if one does like fall off early or stops working or anything like that, then they will send me a replacement. So that's really nice. And let's see here. So I don't know if anybody's seen in any previous videos, you might have, that I also have a CGM, which stands for Continuous Glucose Monitor, and that sends my blood sugars to my phone and to my pump automatically, which is really nice. So it's a great way for me to keep track of everything. Now I'm just going in with a little bit of adhesive remover for the last spot. So there we go. Now insulin pump is all in place and I'm ready to go for another 3 days. So, diabetes. If you have ever met or if you know a diabetic, some things that you don't want to ask them is, can you eat that? Because yes, we can. Like I said earlier, all we really have to do is just take some insulin for it, and we're good to go. We all have what's called an insulin to carb ratio, and it's different for all of us. All of us take care of our diabetes in different ways. And so for me, my insulin to carb ratio means that I take 1 unit of insulin for every 12 carbohydrates I eat. So I do look and see how many carbohydrates are in a particular meal, and then I will give my insulin based off of that. And really, otherwise, we can do whatever we want. As I showed you guys, I have done all kinds of things in my life. I was also a travel nurse for a few years, so I have spent time alone, and I really haven't worried about being alone, thanks to all the technology that's come out and is coming out. I really haven't had too many issues. I certainly do feel more comfortable when somebody's with me, but I've made it this far in my life. I mean, I'm 42 years old. I don't have any complications. I have, no issues with the feeling in my feet or any of my extremities. So, some people try and tell type 1s, oh my gosh, you're going to have so many complications when you get older. Only if you don't care for yourself. We really have to care for ourselves. And really, honestly, that goes for whether or not you even have diabetes. Self-care is a must. It's good for your mental health. It's good for your physical health. Even if I wasn't a diabetic, I would be doing things to take care of myself, especially my mental health. Because once that declines, everything else declines. You just stop caring about your physical well-being. And so, yes, I try to exercise regularly. I do my everything showers twice a week. I make sure to treat myself, and I eat well, and I stay active, do my nails. It's things that bring me joy. And I think whether you have chronic conditions or not, it's important to bring joy to your life. So I really do hope that all of you out there are finding things that make you happy, because I believe that's super important. I hope that if you do have type 1 diabetes, that I have influenced you to just, for lack of a better word, yes, embrace it. Buy fun stickers and do fun things. There are all kinds of things out there that we can do. And if you have other chronic conditions, like I also have depression and anxiety, look into getting those treated. Because again, if your mental health declines, everything else will decline. So please see somebody, look for inspiration from somebody. So I do hope that maybe I have inspired you today to please take care of yourself. I do thank all of you for stopping in. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thanks so much. Bye, lovelies.
Okay, guys, let's go get that cupcake. Sunshine.